Practice exercise 5-2. Welcome to CAD 118. We're going to take a look at practice exercise 5-2 where they're going to use the extrude command along a path with a taper. If we look at the textbook, they have kind of worked toward this as we look at some of the examples here. And so as we take a look at this example right here, if we wanted to take this circular shape and extrude it with a taper angle, we could do that. And so I have a file here that would represent that. And so here is our object that we're going to extrude, and then here is our tapered angle. And you can create this geometry really quite easily by just going in, and you could draw like a 3-point arc, and you just draw it in the XY plane. If I hit I guess we'll just leave the isometric the way it is, but if I were to draw, let's just draw a circle like that, and then this is both flat, so if we were to look at it, you can see it's flat. It's not in the z-axis, and the way that I would work that would be to use 3D rotate. I'd select the path, I'd put my gizmo, and then I would go and grab that using ortho and bring that up, and then I can do that again. I want to bring that into a different angle, track it up, and I think I'll turn off the ortho so we don't have to go that much. Just give it an angle like that, and that way you're in the z-axis. And then when you go to the extrude command, and you can get that in the 3D modeling, extrude, select the object, hit enter, select path, and you can extrude it along that path. And then likewise you can use a sub command within that. So when we extrude these to make them look like a faucet, and then we can say path, and it executed it without letting me do the taper angle, so I'm going to undo that, and then I'll have to use the taper angle before that. So we say extrude, enter, taper angle, and we'll just say 5 degrees, and then we'll say path. And it crashed on me. We'll try it one more time. And we'll use maybe a smaller angle. Let's use 3. There we are. And so we can extrude those along a path like they've shown here in the textbook. So if we look at exercise practice 5-2A, what we're going to do is we're going to open that file, and we'll use a conceptual visual style, and then we'll extrude these two rectangles that are located at the top, 200 and a taper angle of 1. We'll have to thaw the path layer to get the path for the extrusion, and then we'll union the solids. So if we come back to D2L, here's what our finished product is going to look like. We're going to download that file, open it, and as you can see, there isn't too much. The geometry kind of matches the background color, so if you want, you can change the color, something a little more visible. It's not much better, but it's a little better. turn on the path. We're going to extrude the two rectangles up a height of 200 and a taper angle of 1. We'll do them one at a time. We'll say taper angle 1. We'll point it in the right direction. We'll say 200. And that's it. We'll do that again. Extrude. Select the object to extrude. Hit enter. Taper angle still remains modal, meaning it stays the same unless we change it. So I'm just going to hit enter for 1. And then I'm going to point it, and it remembers the last height at 200, so I'll hit enter there as well. And then what we'll do is we'll create another shape at the top of it for the rectangle. To be extruded up along the top. Let's see if there's anything in here. 2D wireframe. It doesn't appear that there is on our path layer either. So I'll just draw another rectangle on here. And sometimes I'll change the color just so I can show what I'm doing. And so we'll just use a red color. We can always set it by layer afterwards. And then we'll set it for a rectangle here. We'll create a rectangle on the top of that one. And then we'll go extrude, select our rectangle. We'll select path. I don't believe we need a taper on this. And then we can go back to a visual style. If we want to match that, we can match properties. Source. One to clone. There we are. Layout mode. Add a title block. Double click in the viewport. Zoom back. Show menu bar. View. 3D view. Southeast isometric, view, visual style, conceptual. And that completes exercise 5-2A.